Top of the morning to you. You can see we're in a full-on winter wonderland, and that brings me to the topic of this video, and that's to give you guys a bunch of tips on dealing with water and helping the animals to survive winter in a cold climate. We raise chickens, ducks, rabbits, geese, Juliana mini pigs, and we have the Claw Crew Barn Cat team. I feel like I'd like to share some of the solutions that I've come up with for keeping the water unfrozen. Of course, these tips that I'm about to share with you and some of the equipment that I use is only good if you have access to electricity. People who have their animal houses away from electricity or in an off-grid situation or something, you're gonna have a lot more difficulty keeping the water thawed. Electricity goes a long way in these times of dire temperatures. Hi, dogs. Olive, you okay? How about you, Molly? You're not too cold, girl? So we're running a farm stay short-term rental business here on the farm. We rent out the Century farmhouse there. And basically, instead of having all the animals in one centralized spot, like one big barn with different sections like some farms do, we decided to have individual animal houses. For example, this is our octagonal coop, the Chateau du Poulet. Over yonder, you can see the A-frame structure there. I built that for the ducks. That's the Ducky Bunky, and they have a 30-foot run. Up there, I'll take you later, it's the Goose Caboose for the geese. And then over there, we have the Rabbitat and the Bunny Barn. It's like a little village over here, and it makes it an interactive setting for the guests to come with their families and kids and whatnot, and they can interact with all the different animal structures. But what I'll do is I'll take you animal house to animal house. We'll probably pump them up with a bit of straw for the deep bedding, and I'll show you what we do for the water in each individual setting to give you an idea of what works very well for us for each individual animal. Start with the chickens here because we're right here. We have an octagonal coop. It's minus 15 Celsius today, so it's kind of cold and the water is freezing real quick. Now, I built this coop with an electrical outlet in each coop, so we have access to electricity. And that's important because I like to use these heated poultry drinkers. They're basically 2 gallon in size, and they have these little nipples that the chickens push in to drink. And each one of these coops has one of these heated drinkers. You guys want some breakfast? How about you, Light Sussex? You give me any eggs today? Let's see. Oh, yes. Oh, they're small eggs. They're small. That's okay. We'll take them. We'll take them. Beautiful eggs. How about you guys? You want some fresh food? You're looking much better there, hen. Elvis, are you taking care of this girl? Let's check their water. Whoa, it's full. You can actually see the ice forming as it's dripping down there, but this itself stays nice and unfrozen. I also like following the deep litter method. You can see all of the fresh poop right there. So what we'll do is we'll put a whole bunch of straw covering all the poop. I got a couple bales outside too. And this just, gives them a bit of a thicker layer and a bit more insulation. Even though it's so cold, I always leave that door open so the chickens have access to the outside all the time. And what that does by leaving those doors open is there's always an airflow in your coop. And you always want an airflow in your coop to stop the moisture buildup. If your coop is 100% closed in, that's not going to do good for your chickens. Now, the chickens don't need heat, okay? It's a myth. It's a misconception, unless you're talking like minus 60s. Chickens don't need heat, man. They have feathers. They have an air pocket inside. You'll see them. They get all like kind of puffed up and they go side by side. As long as they're out of the wind, the temperature shouldn't be a problem. There's a bunch of different natural tips to keep water unfrozen, like putting a ball in there, like a ping pong ball. That doesn't work, I can tell you. When it's minus weather, it doesn't work. And I've also seen people using like a water bottle filled with salt. That doesn't work either. So I'm quite satisfied with these poultry drinkers, and I do recommend them to others. And we just had an accidental litter of mini piglets. And I mean, they've been surviving for 4 or 5 days now, and I've been doing all I can to help keep them warm. Looks like they're all taking a nap right now. Mama's resting, and all the piglets are staying directly underneath the heat lamps. And that one right there looks very comfortable. Bubby! See? He's out of water. Look, it's out. Now, one of the things that made my life so easy, it was a huge game changer on our farm. A couple years ago, my neighbor helped me to dig trenches all over the place in all the strategic locations where I wanted water. And that's where these frost-free yard hydrants come in handy. So basically, this is a frost-free yard hydrant, and this pipe right here is approximately 8 feet deep. So you turn it on and the water comes out. When you turn this off, it turns the plunger closed that's at the bottom of the pipe, and then there's a small little drain hole, and that drains all the water from this pipe so that this doesn't get frozen. It's genius. Here, let me get you some water. You awake, Billy? Billy, you want some water? Billy! Your piglets are doing good. Look at them, they're running around. And I can see her water bowl is frozen. So because these are mini pigs, you know, I don't have a difficulty giving them water. I basically use these heated pet bowls, and this is a brand new one that I bought because I knew I needed one. It's 1.5 gallons, and I fill this up, you know, like in the morning and at night, and it does a really good job of keeping the water thawed. It's really cold. Okay, let's get this somewhat set up over here. We use this kind of a heated pet bowl for a lot of the animals, actually. Make sure that these prongs are dry because you don't want to get zapped. Okay. Okay. There we go. So, maybe if I just put this here, it'll be fine, but maybe Billy's probably going to pull the cord down. I'll keep an eye on it, otherwise I might mount it, you know, like with a little spike here. I'm actually going to put it in this bigger rubber bowl, so in case Billy makes a mess, it's going to... Whoa, take it easy, girl. I'll get you water in a second. Hello, piglets. Now, if you have a much larger setup with those huge pigs, you know, that little bowl is not going to work, you know. You need a big water tank kind of feeder, you know. All the barn cats aren't coming out on the farm today. I've been spending too much time snow blowing all around the farm, and I don't really like letting the cats out when I do that, just for safety issues. This here used to be my workshop. I've now been transforming it slowly into a cat barn, you know, like a cat cave. It's still a little bit of a mess. Dexter! Dexter! Come here, bud. You okay? Fuzzy. I use the same heated pet bowls that I did for the mini pigs. It's this green bowl here. It does a really great job. All the cats, you know, they share it, and I think it does a really good job of keeping the water unfrozen. Mango, don't touch the camera, buddy. Who's in there? Is that you, Chunk? Is that you, Chunk? How are ya? Are you coming out? Chunk! Okay, you stay warm, okay, bud? These are the heated cat tents. When the cat goes in there and lies down on the pad, you know, it gets hot for them. Not really hot, but warm enough that it keeps them warm in addition to their body temperature. You okay, Bubbles? You okay, Bubbles? Oh, my finger stinks. Hey, Bubbles, my finger stinks? Hey, Tango, you want some of these? I know, that's your favorite, huh? That's your favorite? Okay, save some for Mango. Save some for Mango. You're eating mangoes. Maggie, you want some? You want some, Maggie? I guess Fozzie got cold, because now Fozzie's inside the tent. We raise khaki Campbell ducks and white Campbell ducks. And it's a lot of fun. And the ducks really do a good job for us, keeping the insect population down when they're free ranging in the orchard. But for now, it's winter, and they're kind of stuck in their ducky bunkie here, and they have a 30-foot run to go get their water. This is the back side of the ducky bunkie. This is their 30-foot run, and this is where I keep their water and their food. I am not a big believer that your water and your food should be kept inside the coop when it comes to waterfowl, because ducks and geese need to kind of make a mess with the water. They clean their nostrils out and stuff like that. And if they do that inside, it just, there's like a splash radius and all the walls get wet, all the straw gets wet, it gets frozen. And that's not ideal for anybody. So I built them this 30-foot run. And what I do is I have these water bowls set up, and I come in here and dump them out and give them fresh water. And basically, even though it's minus frigid temperatures, the ducks will still swim in the water and make a mess, and that's just the story of their life. But I also have these little heater pucks that I put inside the bins, and that really prevents the water from getting frozen in these temperatures. This here is my custom-made goose caboose. It houses our 4 Emden geese. That's their run right there. Normally, they would be free-ranging in the orchard. Again, just like the ducks, their job is to protect the ducks. Yes, they guard the ducks from all the aerial predation and maybe some smaller type predators too. But they're stuck in right now because of the deep, deep snow. Some fresh straw though. Emden geese are great guards because they're loud, obnoxious, sometimes aggressive, and they don't take no guff from no one. Come on, guys. You guys okay? I'm gonna give you some water. You okay, guys? This isn't the only spot where we have guard geese though. Let me show you the security goose booth. I also use the same heater pucks in these bowls here that I have. These are cement mixing bowls and they work great for the geese. See those things? I love them. They work really great. But of course, in order to use those things, you have to have electricity. Unless you had like a solar power at every single animal house. Those heater pucks work amazing. I love them. I can't recommend them more. They're basically called chicken waterer de-icer. Let's go ahead and get these guys some straw. See? The security booth. Watch out. This here is our bunny barn and rabbitat. It's kind of an all-natural little playground area for the rabbits that I built. And I mean, it's a lot of fun. Rabbits seem to like it. The farm stay guests like it. And we get a lot of good manure from the rabbits. I'm not a big believer in keeping rabbits in cages. I like to see them at least being able to move around and run around and jump and, you know, have fun with each other and things like that. Every once in a while, we need to clean out these fake burrows and then add some fresh straw in there. Watch out, buddy. I'm going to add some straw for you. See, his entrance is this little thing right here. That's the entrance to the pipe, and he just has that one shot. That's where he has the straw if he wants to stay warm or get out of the wind. You okay, bud? Hey, Rabbit. How are you? You okay? I'm not done yet, girl. What are you doing? I'm not done yet. Move. Get out of there. Get out of there. I'm making you a nice home. Basically, I don't keep any straw in here. I've been testing it, and so far it's been working pretty good. It's a lot easier for me to sweep up and clean up in here because all these little poops, right? When they're all mixed up in the straw, then you're just wasting your straw to putting it in the compost. I'd much rather have access to the actual balls themselves. And I mean, they have those burrows that I built for them. I always keep straw in there, and it is what it is. They don't have straw in the wild. I don't believe that they need straw. Rabbits do not need to be kept warm. This rabbit is so warm right now. They have access to the barn that they can get out of the wind and the snow and the rain and all that. It's a roofed rabbitat also. It's a work in progress. I think I'm doing okay by these bunnies. We have two sections. This is the section for all the girls, and then this is the section for the one buck. He's our one and only buck right now. Those are the heated water bowls. And this is some straw. I've been leaving straw in here to make a comparison between yes having straw and no having straw. And I mean, look at all the poops. They're all stuck in there, so the only way to clean that now is to remove all the straw. I'm not a cheapskate or anything, but it's just a waste of straw. I don't want all that straw in my compost. I just want the poop pellets. That's why a lot of people raise their rabbits in cages, because they can just keep them in a cage, and then as they poop, it falls through the bottom of the cage into a bin, and they have all the poop they need. And I have in fact tried litter boxes. You can see I've removed it now. I don't know, the rabbits just, they'll use it for a little bit and then they're done with it. They just still poop whenever they want, wherever they want. So I don't know, maybe some rabbits are easily trained, maybe others are not. Maybe you need to devote a little bit more time to it. Maybe you have a bit more patience, but I'm kind of over it, you know? I don't have time for stuff like that. For now, I'm not using litter boxes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got some tips. I still have a bit more work to do out here on the farm, but it's been a lot of fun. I appreciate you watching. We have loads of other videos, over 700 videos if you're new to the channel. If you're already been subscribed for a while, I thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on our journey. It's been a pleasure. Woo! I gotta continue snow blowing too. And if you're really curious about this bunny barn and Rabbitat setup, I'll put a video up right now, and it basically gives you a tour and explains everything what I've done, okay? Had a lot of fun with you guys today. We'll see you on the next episode though.